As a Mormon, people love to tell me I'm going to hell, but that's usually other Christians. What about if a different religion turns out to be true? What about Judaism? If the Jews are right, am I going to hell? This is my favorite Jew, Larry David, and if you ask him if I'm going to hell, I don't know if he'd know the answer, but I think he would say that he's going to hell. Larry David's not the only one who doesn't know the answer. There's not a general consensus among Jews if there even is an afterlife. They're not 100% clear on what heaven is, but they're focused on living a good life right now. So I don't know if I would go to that heaven. I do have the Bible, which is basically the Torah because the Torah is in the Bible, little known fact. However, worshiping Jesus in Judaism is a sin, so I also might be in trouble for that. So I don't know about me personally if I would get into Jewish heaven, but this is for Mormons in general. So you know what? Being a Mormon is not going to stop you necessarily from going to Jewish heaven. So we'll start with the two most politically relevant religions. Next is Islam. This is me with the hijab, and yes, I did have cultural permission to wear this. This is a great one because if you unscramble the letters in the word Mormon, you get Muslim. Some people actually say my religion is closer to Muslim than Christianity because we don't believe in the Trinity, even though we fully believe in the divinity of Jesus Christ, which the Muslims do not believe. Since other Christians don't believe that we worship Jesus as God, hopefully Allah doesn't believe that either, because worshiping Jesus as God is actually one of the worst possible sins in Islam. There are 7 hells in Islam, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to at least one of them. On to Hinduism. Hinduism, I am very wrong. The Mormons are completely wrong because I am not polytheistic and I don't believe in reincarnation. However, some people in my comments section have told me that I am polytheistic and I do believe in reincarnation. So again, hopefully the Hindu God also thinks that about me. So yeah, I always appreciate people in my comments section telling me my own beliefs. So keep that up. In Hinduism, there isn't a traditional heaven, so I can't go there. There is a hell. There are 28 hells. So that beats out Islam by a full 19 hells. This is also a works-based salvation, but being Mormon will not stop you from going to Hindu heaven, which technically doesn't exist, but it is reincarnation, so you get a do-over. Okay, Buddhism. I used to have a Buddha statue in my house, so hopefully that counts for something. Buddhism is very similar to Hinduism. It is karmic, so if I had bad karma, then I do have a chance of going to hell for a million years. So I might go there, but hopefully the average Mormon won't go there. But even if I'm not a great person, you know, I still might get an extra life, so there's that. Protestantism, I looked a lot into Protestantism. Obviously, there's a lot of religions in Protestantism, a lot of different denominations, and all of them think I'm heretical and then I'm going to hell. So unfortunately, Catholicism is the same as Protestants. I am going to hell for sure in this one. Eastern Orthodoxy, definitely going to hell there. Time for the denominational Christians. No unified belief system. They don't have a denomination. And so, you know, anything goes. Anything goes. I guess there's no such thing as a heresy. I think I pass, so going to heaven. This also applies to more casual Christians, normal people who still might affiliate with a specific denomination but don't prescribe to all of the beliefs. If you are a more chill Christian, definitely subscribe to my channel. I think we should be friends. I am a Christian. Don't listen to the people who tell you I'm not. I swear, I am just a normal girl who loves Jesus. Now time for Unitarian Universalists. This one is also awesome because they believe every religion is true, so Mormonism is actually true. All you have to do with this religion is love others, so that's something that's kind of hard for me. I don't know if I'm going to this heaven, but there's no hell, so I can't go there. So I guess I am going to heaven. I think a lot of religious people are like wannabe Unitarian Universalists. A lot of people will be like, no, if you're a good person, you're gonna go to heaven. So if those people are right, then I am going to heaven. So thank you. Atheism, I'm not going to hell, but I'm also definitely not going to heaven, so NA. Jehovah's Witnesses. In Jehovah's Witness, everyone goes to hell, even Jesus. So if Jesus goes to hell, then I am definitely going there. But also everyone is eventually resurrected from hell, so I guess I'm also going to heaven, so that's pretty awesome. There is something even worse than hell, which is Gehenna, worse than hell. You're trapped there forever. And according to their website, Jesus said that hypocritical religious leaders in his day would one day go to Gehenna. So I am religious, I am a leader, and I'm also hypocritical. So I might be going to that hell. Most Mormons, hopefully, can still go to Jehovah's Witness heaven. Okay, time for the Unificationists. The Moonies, love them. Like them, I am in a cult, but it's the wrong one. So believing in Jesus doesn't count here because this young moon is Jesus in this religion. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses, hell is temporary and everyone goes to heaven. Guess I'm going to Unificationist heaven, but also hell. Also hell. Seventh-day Adventists. According to Seventh-day Adventists, I am celebrating Sunday on the wrong day. They don't really care as much about heresy. They're kind of an off-the-beaten-path Christian group. They're also restorationists. They're not creedists, and they have kind of like, off the beaten path beliefs, and until recently they were kind of considered a non-Christian cult, but they've been slowly accepted into modern Christianity. Their website's very nebulous as in terms of who goes to heaven, who goes to hell, so I'm just gonna say heaven. It's unclear, so hopefully God lets me go there in Seventh-day Adventist. Time for Scientology. If you watch my channel, you know I love Scientology. I'm a big fan. If you didn't see my video about Scientology, you should definitely go look at that. Subscribe to my channel for more Scientology-related content. So in Scientology, I can't go to hell because there's not really a hell, but my life will just suck. I can be saved, become a operating thetan. If I pay Tom Cruise enough money, there is reincarnation in this cult, so hopefully I get reincarnated as a Tom Cruise shill. Time for the Amish. So surprisingly, there is no Amish website. There's no Amishes on the web to create a website. There is also no Amish people online to ask. If you've ever been to r/Amish, it's complete crickets. Absolutely no one is on there. So I have no idea. I have no idea if I'm going to Amish heaven, but I'm just going to assume I'm going to Amish hell because they say they're Christian, and a lot of Christians think I'm going to hell, and I don't know if I want to go to Amish heaven. Now, are you going to Mormon heaven? Well, to be Mormon, if you want to go straight to Mormon heaven, then you got to be baptized. Or if you die before you're 8 years old, automatic heaven. You have a chance to be baptized as a dead person. You could go to heaven if you decide to accept Mormon Jesus and accept your Mormon temple baptism for your dead self. Okay, and then Presbyterians, I am not actually going to talk about this denomination. I just like to take a second to personally tell Redeemed Zoomer he is predestined for hell because he is constantly hating on Mormons in his videos. Side note, Richard, I actually do like your videos, so hit me up if you want to do a collab. If you want a heretical Mormon featured in your video, could be fun. I just don't know if you ever would want to collab with me because I think you would fundamentally dislike me as a person and think I'm possessed by demons. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at the results. There are 7 religions I'm eventually going to heaven, so that's awesome. There are also 7 religions where I will take a stop in hell, whether that is temporary or for all eternity. So why is 7 God's number and Satan's number? 3 religions I get a second chance, and in 1 religion, nothing. Hopefully one of the heaven religions is true. Now that I've made this video, my eventual damnation to hell is even more secured because I no longer have an excuse of ignorance. I have fully researched these denominations and I'm now completely screwed. Subscribe if you want more Mormon content from a real-life Mormon girl. Comment how many of these denominations are you going to hell in, and I will see you there.